What's up, guys? TheDevildogGamer here. Today I got some news for Escape from Tarkov on upcoming patches, and we're going to talk about the Mosin drama that is happening. First, the news is 0.10.5 will be the next patch, and we can expect it in probably 2 to 3 weeks. There will be a wipe, and that patch will contain the flea market, so you'll be able to buy and sell your own stuff, and on here, not through traders, but actually on the flea market. So all those hard to get items, instead of having to go to the trading, you can get them through the flea market, which was actually pretty cool, and that's something exciting that I'm looking forward to. Nikita did say that a ton of Mosin-Nagant mods are on, along with different variants of the Mosin are coming. Don't know if it's going to be 1.0.5 or later, but they definitely are going to add more stuff in the Mosin, because that is something that's needed. The Archangel stock works for the Mosin, and that's something that hopefully gets added. And there's so many different aftermarket parts you can get for the Mosin-Nagant that it really needs to happen. And I'm glad to see some more attention to it, because the stuff we have now is kind of meh. But 0.11 patch, 0.11, yeah, I had to check myself there, is going to be the big content patch. That's going to be the one arriving after the flea market, which is around 2 to 3 weeks. That's going to include the HK416, and they said more than likely the new location, the Terra Group Labs, and we can expect probably a ton more stuff added onto that. Fingers crossed for grenade launchers, please. Like, seriously, I want it. And the Scar would be a nice addition, but not really holding my breath too much. The Mosin mods might actually come in on that patch too. So we do have some exciting stuff, and that's what I told everybody, that once this big fix patch came out, we were going to get more content after that. So that's what I was hoping for, and it seems like that's what's going to start happening, because the game has been running good. We've had desync here and there, but now that it's gotten better performance-wise, we'll start getting into actually getting more content. All right, so now on to the Mosin. So the Mosin popped on the scene to this patch 0.10 and pissed a lot of people off pretty damn hard. And it came in at about 16,000 rubles, which is reasonable, because it is a easy to find surplus rifle that you can get anywhere from $300 to $100 in normal markets. This gun is cheap, anybody can buy it. It's cheaper, it's the cheapest gun introduced into this game. The problem is, it destroys everybody in armor. So those guys who were used to tanking bullets from the seemingly unarmored guy suddenly found themselves dead. And it pissed them off, and they cried on Reddit. So, Battlestate, being what they do, is they listen to the wrong people on Reddit, raised the price up to, I think it was like 33,000, which is very, very close to the price of AKs. Like, very close. The AKM's 38,000. I mean, come on, seriously? Like, what? 30? Yeah, it was more expensive than the AKS 74U. That was a big no-no. So a lot of people bitched. I bitched included, saying like, "What the fuck? Why is a rifle I can go down and buy at a pawn shop for, pennies on the dollar, suddenly higher?" Like, this game isn't about balance. That's the one thing I gotta stress to everybody. There is no balance in this game. This game is hardcore. It is realistic. You're gonna die. You're not always gonna have fair fights. Everything in this game isn't fair. So, and that was their way of balancing the game, was raising the price up. But they brought it back down. I think it's sitting at 26,000, which I still think is a little too high, personally. Now, the problem that arose with the Mosin, it wasn't the Mosin itself. It's this motherfucker right here, the 7.62x54R. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The 7.62x54R has been in the game for a long time, primarily fired by the SV98. I have used the SV98 maybe a handful of times. I have very rarely encountered an SV98. So the 7.62x54R has been hiding in this game, unused most of the time, but it is the most devastating round in the game. Everybody thinks the M61 or, all these 7.62x51 rounds are crazy powerful. No, the 54R is the most powerful round in this game, and no one's gone against it up until now. So now people are running into 54R rounds in their face left and right and realizing, holy fuck, what's going on? This is, the Mosin's OP. Rah, rah, rah. No, the 54R is OP, and now you're finally starting to see it. Literally, every sniper rifle in this game is trash, minus the SV98, which was always too expensive to use. And now the Mosin fires the same round. So now everyone's running into the 54R and they're realizing their Gen 4, their Fort, their helmets aren't going to help them. And it's only going to get worse, because when Battlestate adds the SVD in, guess what round that fires? Oh man, the 54R. Ooh, ouch. And it's semi-auto. And it'll be just a little bit more expensive than an AK. Ooh, ouch. So that's the problem. People got butthurt. People got super butthurt. I was totally okay with it. We test our body armor with 30-06. Americans test their body armor with 30-06. Armor-piercing 30-06 ammo. The reason being is the 30-06 is the closest in performance to the 54R, which is the main Soviet sniper rifle round. Fun fact, the 7.62 54R is the longest serving cartridge, can't talk today, in the world. This round has been used longer than any other round in any other military. Why? Because it's good. It is a good round. It can penetrate. It has a very good ballistics coefficient, and that is why it is still used today as a sniper rifle round. Now everyone's talking about, oh, the 7N1 is so OP, armor piercing, yada yada. Well, there's actually more rounds they can add that are ridiculous powerful, that will literally just tap through anything. And we're likely going to get them. So my word of advice is start learning how to play against the 54R. Like, you run into a guy at the Mosin, instead of actually trying to, have a peak fight with him with your, SA-58 or your M4, close the distance, pull back, flank. That's the thing. It changed the way the game's played. It's not a meta. It is I would call it more of a wake-up call to everybody. This round has been in the game forever. Nobody's really gone against it that much. I mean, I'm sure people have gone into fights with SV98s and been like, oh, wow. But not as much as some of the other guns. So it was kind of this forgotten round that all of a sudden came out of nowhere and everyone's using it and everyone's realizing, oh shit, it fucks my armor up. Body armor doesn't mean you're bulletproof. And in this game especially, and that's the one thing I hate so much. Like, I get it. When, sometimes some bullets should be stopped by body armor, like 9mm. Almost every single piece of body armor in here will stop 9mm. All of it, basically. I mean, that's what it's all designed for. Certain 74 rounds, the 5.45 rounds, won't go through body armor. Same with pretty much a lot of these. This game has such a plethora of different ammo that's designed to do so many things that it gets people confused, and people get upset, like, oh, that shouldn't have gone through body armor. Well, maybe you forgot about that round. And that's the same with the 54R, the 7.62 54R. Everyone forgot about it. And when it came time for the Mosin to come out, which is, supposed to be cheap and everyone's supposed to be able to buy it, it rocked everyone's faces, and everyone was like, oh shit. So for you, those guys who are used to running around a Ford armor with your Altman helmet and just soaking up bullets, your days are numbered, and they're always going to be numbered. There's always going to be something added that's going to counter it. Do not rely on your armor and change the way you play. That's the best course of action I could say, because this isn't going to get nerfed. This bullet isn't going to get nerfed. And there's going to be more just like it coming. So that's one of the things I got to say. There's no balance in this game, and it shouldn't be balanced whatsoever. And the day when we actually get medical animations is the day a lot of people are really going to hate this game. Because everyone's gameplay-wise, everyone's way they play the game is going to change immensely. But for the future of this game, though, I really do think we need a priority on medical animations for sure. But we also need customization. I would like to see armor customization. I would like to see plates. Instead of actual armor working, we need to have actual plates that we put in them, so we can just get the carrier, throw whatever plates we want into it, and go from there. I think that would be something really awesome. And we definitely need launchers. I mean, the grenade launchers were in a long time ago. God, I don't even remember. I think they used to bounce around. God, that was a long time ago. they've been promised, and I really think not only will that change the way the game's played, but I think it'll change the way a lot of groups run, because a lot of times groups will run very close together, but when you're starting to pop them with 40 Mike, it's going to be a little different, just a little crazy. But I'm liking the changes Battlestate has been making. I'm not going to hate on Battlestate. They did us good on this patch for once. I like the attention to detail and being able to just go with all the bug fixes, get them done. Keep hammering away at the cheaters. That's the one thing that I would like to see, because they come back every couple of days after the patches, and it gets annoying. But Battlestate cannot balance this game with pricing. We need to work. Almost everything in this game is based off of real-world pricing right now. Whether it comes to the M4s, whether it comes to anything, it's based off of real-world pricing, and that's the way it should stay. Because honestly, that's what works. It's I shouldn't have to pay more for a Mosin than I would a freaking SA-58. You know what I mean? That just doesn't make any sense to me. This game's built around realism. It's built around hardcore, and it's risk and reward. If you're gonna take out a full kit and go up against a bunch of Mosin boys, are you going to risk that fight against them? For what? Not much reward. So it's the risk versus reward gameplay. Everybody's got that kill fever, and they say, oh, a bunch of guys with Mosins, let me go kill them, because I have Fort and freaking SA-58. Well, no, you're risking all that gear for what? Nothing. Move on. Go find something else to do. Go that way. Go around them. And that's the problem. Everyone's not keeping in mind that risk versus reward gameplay that this game has. But I'm liking the 416. It's going to be added. They did talk about the MP7, which features armor-piercing ammo, which I think is going to get a little confusing, because I think people are expecting too much from it. Realistically, the MP7 kind of fell short on its armor-piercing, on its rounds armor-piercing characteristics. So I'm not holding my breath for that, to be honest. I think the P90 would be a little better of an addition, or even some of the 54R or the 7.62x51 rounds that have better armor-piercing capabilities compared to what we have in now. But I really would like to see, especially I would like to see a Groza. I think Groza would be a cool addition into the game. Groza's freaking, we need the Scar. The Scar is definitely needed, both variants. But really, honestly, now from this point on, I feel like we're just going to start getting maps and new guns, and that's what I'm excited for. But this game, everybody has a love-hate relationship with it, and I understand it. But at the same time, when you go and bitch about something just because you got killed by it, I get it. I understand it. But you have to understand, though, at the same time, those changes could drastically impact not the way the game's played. I mean, you don't want to. So we don't want this. This isn't Call of Duty. This is not what we want it to be. And combat's not fair. It's not going to be fair in this game. And that's just one of the things that we're going to have to deal with. The Mosin changed the way the game's going to be played now, because everyone has access to the 54R round. And I'm sure there's going to be other variants. I mean, if they add in anything with a 30-06, like say, for instance, they added an M1 Garand, well, guess what? That's pretty damn close to a 54R, almost exact. So people are going to be one-tapping you in armor and helmets with an M1 Garand, so oops, you know what I mean? So it's going to happen. Also, for the people asking for an AR-15, please don't. Nobody wants a single-shot freaking M4 wannabe. Let's get out of here with that. Let's add an M16A4 in, get a 3-round burst, call it a day. No AR-15, that's lame. But I'm pretty excited for the future of the game. I'm enjoying it. So we should expect a wipe probably 2 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks at the latest, if anything happens. So start taking all your nice gear that you've been saving up and use that shit. Use it all, because you're gonna lose it. So take that shit out, stop playing with your Mosins, or take your Mosins out with Fort Armor and your Altman. Do whatever you want to do, but get out there, start using your gear, because we got stuff incoming, and I'm pretty damn excited for it. Also, tomorrow, we will be doing a build on Twitch. I will be building my Bulgarian AK-74 to look pretty similar to this gun here. minus the suppressor because that's at my gun shop right now, and the hand grip. I have all the parts to replicate this AK-74, and we will be doing a build on Twitch, on the live stream, building it from stock to this. Pretty much tomorrow afternoon, so keep an eye on Twitter or follow me on Twitch, all the links are in the description below, and we'll build this sucker up. We have a few Tarkov-inspired builds coming that will be a lot of fun. So this is the first one, so we'll do the build on the live stream and then do a video of us at the range with it. So I'm definitely pretty excited. I think it's going to be cool, interesting to kind of see you guys watch it. By the way, this Troy handguard that Battle State added in, yeah, it's been discontinued since 2015. It took a very long time to find. I was not happy about that. But we ended up getting one finally, so we're going to be doing the build. It's going to be pretty cool, so definitely check that out tomorrow and expect some more live streams here soon. All right, boys. Talk to you later. Peace.